Hey everyone, it's Kassie.
It's Espy. We're best friend-in-laws. We've got some shit to say.
I'm ready. Are you?
Mm-hmm. Hey bestie.
Hey there. It's Thursday.
First off, I want to apologize for how bad the audio was on last week's episode. I figured it out. We're good.
Figured it out, and I feel like it wasn't that bad.
The audio,
it wasn't our best.
Audios and visuals, we're getting it together. Swear.
Yes.
Anyways, how are you doing?
I'm doing good. I brought over a little Russy Poo.
Can you hear them pitter-pattering?
Sebastian's cousin. So if you hear them today,
we're gonna let the babies play.
Yeah. Let them entertain themselves. But I wanted to bring up something.
Yeah, what's going on?
How do you feel of people asking if you, let's say you just moved.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, but how much are you guys paying? It's so nice.
Mm-hmm.
Did you guys get it a good deal? It bothers me if it's someone that I'm not really close to. If it was a coworker or even some family members. I feel like that's just private.
It's a little too close for comfort kind of thing. It's
yes.
like someone asking, so how much do you make?
Yes. Oh, that's the other one. Yeah.
If I can't avoid the question, then I would maybe give them an off number or a rounded number that's not it, but I don't know, 1,300.
How do you get out of it? Yeah.
Yeah, under $2,000. That's hey, that's a steal. Something vague, but just to get them off of it already. Or, I went through this property management, and you can check a look at their website. They have other listings, or
yeah.
Some people don't know boundaries, or they think that they're not really asking an appropriate question. So I don't know.
That's or people I don't know. For you too, people are how much did you pay for your wedding?
Yeah.
No. Did you contribute? No.
Right.
Then, it's none of your business.
No, yeah. There are certain things that you can, hey, who does your hair? Mm-hmm. I can refer you there, no problem. But when it becomes, really personal, I don't know. You kind of have to beat your way around getting out of the question without being, rude. Because you could just be that's none of your goddamn business. But
yeah.
It depends on how you want to go about it that day.
Exactly.
Who's bothering you? Hi, Rosie. Other than that, you're doing all right?
Yeah, I'm actually doing really good. I feel like last week, mental health was hard. I think you knew that. Mm-hmm. And I didn't have therapy this Monday because the holiday. Mm-hmm. But I just feel on this coming Monday, she's going to be well, you need some big life choices. And I'm okay with that. I feel me taking that step and taking a stress off of my my mind has just put me in a way better mood mentally.
Yeah. And when the plate is heavy, you gotta scoop some stuff into the garbage.
Yeah. And I just feel it's just what's best for me and our family. Yeah. So my mental health comes first, and I'm grateful that I have supporters, and Daniel's all the way.
Whatever
he supports
you
that. Whatever I have to do to make me be the best mom and person for me.
Yeah, I mean that's all that matters. What are the main F's? They're not fucking you. They're not feeding you. They're not financing you. It should not be anybody else's business or concern. Whatever happens in your house is between the two of you.
Yeah.
Over here, we minding our business and drinking our water. Stay hydrated, bitches.
Really. But I did get my lips touched up.
Yeah, they're so cute
now. Shout out to my sister Sonia.
Plug. Don't do that.
So, yeah. So I'm healing from that.
Yeah. No, it looks better than last week, that's for sure.
Yeah.
I don't know, you're brave for that one. I'm ready, but I'm not ready, but I'm ready. Yeah.
Yeah. She said she's ready.
Okay. All right, we'll make some appointments then. Yeah. I've been all right. Staying super busy. Work's been
Graduation week.
Yeah, I know it's coming up. I'm so stressed and strapped, and why am I so broke? But yeah, he's on the pedestal. Everybody's putting their full attention towards him right now, so it's been good. Made some life changes too. We'll touch on all of these things later on, if need be, but I did something for me that I've been wanting to do for me.
I'm happy for you.
And I don't give a fuck what anybody has to say. So, I don't know. It's about damn time I do something for me. And we'll call it my graduation present.
Instead of a push present, you got a graduation present.
Damn it, I owe myself this. That's my pat on
push
my back.
Push presents weren't a thing when we had our kids,
right? So. This is my pat on my back, and same thing. As long as I have the support that I need to be like, yes, you can do this. It's gonna be okay. Yeah. Also, like I don't know. Like we don't discuss finances, but you know, I think that having a partner that's holding you down to be like, listen, it's gonna be okay. We're gonna be okay. Things can be scary, but it's temporary. Tomorrow's always going to be different. Like, money come, money go. And ultimately, it's going to be okay. You guys lean on each other. We lean on each other. And, yeah.
Exactly.
God willing. That's all that matters. Okay, I have a story that I want to read to you really quickly. All right, so I need some advice from y'all. My son has a best friend. Every few weeks, they do sleepovers. His friend will stay at our house, and our son will stay over at his house. Recently, our son, who's 7 years old, has come back home with some strange stories. He said he sometimes wakes up because of loud screams and moaning sounds. They are coming from the parents' room. He asked me what that noise was, Dad. I'm wondering what to do. Should I confront the parents or maybe stop my son from sleeping over? What advice do you have to offer?
First of all, sleepovers already at 7 years old.
I told you it's a thing. It sounds like we need to start going to sleep unders.
I know. Yeah, maybe offer the sleep unders and I mean, have that conversation. I don't know. I feel like I would tell them, depending on if your kids are really close, you have to be close to the parents to feel comfortable enough for them to sleep over.
Yeah.
I would just bring it up and be like, hey, a little loud last night or what? Like, I heard, from a little birdie that they heard you.
Like, so do you guys, plan your sex schedule, or do you think you could not do that while my kids are around?
Yeah, make it a joke, but not as,
Honestly, I don't even think I would bring it up. I think I would probably either convert to, the sleep under, or just be like, he can stay over at our place. I don't know. If you're not ready to have that conversation about what those noises are, then I would avoid the whole situation.
Well, I wasn't saying to have the conversation with the 7-year-old. I was saying the adults.
But the 7-year-old wants to know what the hell's going on.
Yeah.
Then
think about it if you were in a situation and then all of a sudden they're not allowing their son, one of Isaac's friends, to spend the night. You would be like, okay, something's up. Mm-hmm.
I mean, if it doesn't affect our friendship, I think. Maybe they're schoolmates. Maybe you're not that close to the parents. Mm-hmm. Then maybe you could get away with that. Yeah. But if it was me sending my kids to your house or something, I'd be like, listen.
Yeah. You have thin walls.
Yeah, I think there's ways to say it and stuff. I just don't know that if you're, like I said, if you're not ready to have that conversation to have to explain those noises, then I think I would pull the kid out of the situation. Or just be like, you know what, they can come stay over here for a little while, like, maybe just divert all of the sleepovers back to your place. I don't know. Then we'll suck. She's shaking her head.
Yeah. I always used to ask you, like, your guys' bedroom was above your boys' bedroom. So,
I mean, I don't have them all the time. Like,
no, true.
I mean, you either make it quick or you wait till you have the time to do it. But I mean, I definitely wouldn't do it if there was other kids in the house. Like, how are you even still in the mood?
Well, this can actually take us into a story.
Okay, got it.
My mom had, like, this best friend that would, like, watch me when she worked nights. And, like, sometimes I would hear noises. And she would always have her boyfriend over or something. And, I would call her the Naked Babysitter. Because if I called her because I heard something, I'll be like, you know, I don't know to give her a name. We'll call her Polly. I'd be like, Polly, I'm hearing things. And she'd be like, oh, baby, it's okay. I'm out here. And she's, like, naked.
Oh, shoot.
And I'd be like, oh, okay.
You saw her?
You know? Yeah. Oh, she's actually was very open with her body. And I feel like maybe that's why I'm more of a naked mom. I've seen this lady. I mean, I'm telling you, I grew up with her. Like, she was like another aunt. Kathy, come in here and help me get something. And she would, like, pull a tampon out.
Oh, shit.
Like, while she's on the toilet. And I was like, I don't know. I think my sister was born. So I was, like, around 9 or 10. But, like, yeah. So I think I just grew up with, like, the comfort of sexuality in my family and just all that. So I think for me, a conversation wouldn't be awkward because I would just be like, you know, but yeah, I've had experiences where like I said, she would, like, be naked.
How many times did you see this lady naked?
Honestly, I can't remember, but it was probably quite a few times.
It was a norm.
Yeah, it was just norm, you know? Like, she was the hippie, no bra kind of person, and that's okay.
How about in your own household? Is that how you grew up with your mom?
Yeah, I would say a lot of us girls in our family grew up, t-shirt, no bra, and underwear, you know? Unless a man's in the house, that was different.
Yeah.
But when it was just us girls, t-shirts and undies, like. Yeah.
I think that's the difference, especially when it's just, like, when you're a girl mom, like, and you don't have any boys, you kind of just, you're in your own environment, and you don't really think much of it, and we share the same body parts, so it's really not that big of a deal. I
mean, you shower with your moms. I mean, when we would go to Pismo, we would shower together, like me and my aunts, and me and my other aunt, or me and my cousin. We would, like, two in a shower because we were quarters back then. That was before we had a trailer. Yeah.
Yeah, my mom was, she was in her own space. That was her space to thrive in. So, while she wasn't walking around the house naked, I know I've seen my mom naked many, many a time, that it wasn't, like, weird. She slept naked, like, when she showered, she went to her room, like, it was, that's her space, and she should be okay to do that, I guess. And like I said, she didn't think anything of it, like, I'm her daughter, so it was just the two of us. She was a single mom with just me. Do you take that into your own? Have you did that with your kids?
Yeah, so I do and did, like, when they were younger. But then as Emma, like, started growing, she's a girl, she just has her own comfort level. I feel like some of it's, like, pushed on her a little bit too much about, like, covering her body. Because I'm a very much, like, a naked mom. And I feel like, even my kids, if I'm changing, they're like, oh my gosh, Mom, like, I could see your boob. And I'm like, I'm your mom. These fed you.
These nurtured you.
Like, I'm not, and it's not like I'm like, hey, look at me.
Yeah.
But I'm like changing a shirt real quick and they walk in.
Yeah.
Or, you know, like you said, in your own space.
Yeah.
I'll walk around in a towel, you know, from the shower or something.
Yeah.
So I very much try to tell them, like, it's okay.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if, you know, Santino's there, I won't walk around in my underwears and a t-shirt.
Yeah.
But that's just, you know.
I think that's like desensitizing that your body is a natural form, though. It's not meant to be sexualized. I am your mother.
Yes. Yeah.
And I think that a lot of people, they start that from the beginning and they're just like, no, don't come in my bathroom. Don't come in my shower. Don't come in my bedroom. I mean, there was certain things that I grew up with that I knew that, I mean, like I told you, like, you're the first person I've ever let in my bedroom.
Yeah.
I've never let anybody cross the threshold of my bedroom. Like, but that's how I was brought up. This is my space, and no one comes into your space. Your bedroom is sleep and sex.
Yeah.
That's it. Which is, I hate that we have a TV in our bedroom. You're not supposed to have a TV. I don't know. That's just how I was brought up. But, like, me and my sisters, well, how do I say this? I think we were all just the way that we grew up, because we all grew up in separate households. But I think all of our moms were kind of alike in that sense, because they were still, like, the no bras, sleeping panties kind of thing. Like, so it was kind of pretty normal for us, even as we got older. I mean, I remember growing up and, like, say I went to my aunt's house for the summer or something like that. Like, they would throw the four of us in the bathtub.
Yeah.
No big deal. 2 boys and 2 girls. We were all cousins. Throw them in the bathtub. Show them all at the same time. Like,
yeah.
And it was never like, ew, or like, what is that? Or like, I don't know. You just saw right past it. It wasn't, we were having fun playing in the tub, not like looking or anything like that. Like, and I think there's some beauty in that. And
I have actual pictures that of family members, even mom's friends that weren't my actual blood cousins, that we got thrown in the bath together, like, because it wasn't sexualized. If you don't sexualize it, that's fine. It's the people that start sexualizing it, and I think that's where, like, it gets, like, there's a blurry line.
Do you think that's from, like, a different time, a different era, or do you think that it's just the people and how
I think
they
it's social media.
Yeah.
And some of the people. I mean, things that happen to people. You know, when things happen to people at a really young age, or, you know, then it makes it different.
You start to put up boundaries.
You put boundaries in certain ways.
Yeah.
I feel like for my own kids, even my boys, like, they don't like to change in front of each other. And I'm like, you guys are brothers. Like, you guys have the same stuff.
And you're so small.
Like, it's okay. And, like, eventually you're going to go to middle school and high school and have to change in front of tons of other people. So you might as well get comfortable.
That's exactly how I explained it to my youngest, because he's kind of getting in that insecurity era, and I was just like, dude, next year's middle school, you're gonna have to get over this real quick. Well, what do you mean? Oh, 6th grade camp was a, like, absolute eye-opening, shocking experience for him, because I prepped him for, like, you guys are all going to go to the showers together. Period. You're going to have to change together. You're going to share the dorm together. Like, this is a glimpse of what middle school is going to look like. And so it's like, he knew it was coming, but when it actually happened, he was just like, we all had to change in the same bathroom. Like, yeah, I told you.
Yeah.
And same thing. So I chaperoned that trip, and we were in the girls' dorm, and they were all trying to be all discreet with their towels and, like, trying to be all cover up, and, like, we, as the women chaperones, told them, this is a glimpse into the future, honey. This is forever. You're gonna have to get comfortable with your bodies. We all have the same things. Like, we just have to get over it. And
I've always been that girl, like, I just change it in front of my friends. I change it in front of whoever. Like, no matter where my weight is or body is, I was just like, I'm changing. I remember even, too, like, even my nephew, not my nephew, he's my cousin, but he just turned 21, so we're 10 years different. Yeah. Almost 11. When he was young, and again, when we would go camping at Pismo and use the quarter showers, he would get thrown in with whoever had quarter time still, you know, you got still hot water. Okay. Like you get the baby. Yeah.
Especially when they're babies. Oh my God. You know, we were just handing them off like, here, you're next. Like,
so I think, it just depends on someone's comfort. I'm also trying to show my daughter, as she's getting older, her body's changing. Mm-hmm. And I'm telling her, look, mom has this too, or this is happening to mom, or this is normal. This is, you know, and she's like, oh. And I'm like, you have cousins that are going through the same stuff. Like, you can talk to them about it. And I feel like our, somewhere in our, at least in our family, I would say, like, the generation changed to where they're really quiet and private about, like, you know, puberty mm-hmm. and, you know, menstrual cycles. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, that's not how it was for us. Yeah. You know, like I said, my family, we were always open about sexuality, you know, menstrual cycles, all that stuff.
Well, that's really nice because I didn't get that talk. I had to learn it from sex ed. My mm-hmm. mom did not teach me about what a period was or how to prep for it or anything like that. So when it happened to me, I was at school. Yeah. And it's messed up because she said that's how it happened to her. And so I was like, well, then why wouldn't you prep your daughter? Yeah. If you didn't want me to go through what you went through, having to run home, like, so
trying to cover in blood.
Yeah. Why wouldn't you do that for me at least? But it never happened. She didn't talk to me about it until the day it happened. And then it was like, okay, well, this is your period, blah, 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 blah. This is what you need. We're going to go shopping. Like, mm-hmm. Well, it would have been nice to not freak out over, like, what's happening to me right now. Yeah. So that's good for you as, like, a girl mom. Do you think that which way would you have it? Like, which way? I don't want to say which way is easier because I don't think either way is easier. Mm-hmm. But what's been more challenging, girl mom or boy mom?
I would say girl. Only because she's the oldest. So honestly, I feel like it's not fair. Mm-hmm. But I feel like we're navigating still. Mm-hmm. You know, she's the first everything. Mm-hmm. And she's also the only girl. I think it's more like the attitude and the sass that's coming along, mm-hmm. you know, and the, you know,
the eye rolls,
the sneakiness, that kind of stuff. I feel like the boys still are kind of like, whatever, they're just,
they're just little kids still.
Yeah, they're just still little kids. So I feel like that's where we're at. I don't know if there's any easier way.
Nope, doesn't get any easier. Yeah. You'll get there when you get there.
So I'm not ready. But actually, I want to go back to that period starting. Mm-hmm. I used to pretend, we used to live in this house with one of my mom's friends. We shared, we were roommates. Mm-hmm. But my aunt was staying with us, and she was, like, in high school. And she would watch us, me and the other girl's daughter, while our moms worked together. Mm-hmm. And we used to we had 2 bathrooms, and we would run to the bathroom and, like, pretend to scare her. Be like, we started our period.
That's fucked up.
And my aunt would be like, oh, my God, like, what am I going to do? And we're like, and we'd put, like, ketchup. Like, we were literally, we would just, like, God. Always joke. Mm. And then this one time we went to go joke, and I was like, oh, my gosh. Like, I really started my period. Oh, shit. And she wouldn't believe me. And I was the like girl who cried wolf. I was literally crying. I remember where she was sitting. I had that princess bed. Like, our rooms were in the same bed. And I had one of those, like, princess beds. And it was, like, white. It was really nice. And I was standing in the door. I'm like, I really started. And she was like, show me your underwear. And I had, like, pull down my underwear and, like, show her. Because she wouldn't believe me. And then my mom was working at Kmart at the time. And she called her and told her. And my mom was, like, crying at the Kmart, like, aisle saying, like, what do I even, like, you know. It was just, like, funny. But it was, like, I was a girl that cried wolf. And I really started. And no one believed me.
Did you make like I know we had talked about this once before, but did you make like a, what do they call it? Like a period pack or something like that for Emma?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Do you want to share what was in it? for those who may be thinking about this? Or how did you get to this point?
Just as like when as girls like changing, it was just a conversation we had with the doctor.
This is about like 8, 9?
9.
Okay.
No, she's 11 now, so 10.
Okay.
Like,
because I know some girls get it as early as like 8 or 9.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some people have gotten it early in her family, but no, we just had the conversation, and then they were like, "Hey, just in case, you know." So then we just got her some, like, you know, little panty liners, not even real pads, but panty liners, and like a clean, like, you know, some flushable wipes in there. And then we at first were just overly prepared and would put like an extra pair of underwear in there, but I mean, she was still too far away from it to where we like, now it's just a panty liner, you know, in there.
Yeah.
But I think it's just the anticipation. We were just like, it's like, again, she's our first oldest. We're like, what are we doing?
Yeah.
But I feel like it makes her feel comfortable in case she ever does.
Yeah. And I know a lot of girls that I work with or friends with, they've kind of just been like, it's kind of like a trending thing now. And so I think that's kind of cool that we can, like, women supporting other women. Like, how are you going to have that conversation? Also, are you going to talk to the boys when it happens?
Yeah.
That it's happening, kind of thing. Because I always thought, like, if I had a daughter, I mean, I taught my sons what a period was because they're going to have girlfriends. I no longer menstruate. I don't even have the parts to do that anymore. But, you know, in case I needed some, if I was stuck in one restroom and my stuff was in the other restroom, like, hey, go get this for me. It's here. It's whatever. There are some women who absolutely, like, discreet, hidden in the locked vault, like, don't look over here, don't open this drawer, this is my stuff, like, but then how are they supposed to know? Or how to identify it, or like send them to the store, like, like, go buy me this. Rowan has asked, because he's just the curious one. You know, he'll be like, well, what are these for? Well, they're for when mommy bleeds. You bleed? You know, but I told him when you get older, like, I'll explain it, you know? So I try to keep it, like, very discreet right now just because they're younger. So I'll tell you this cute story, and we'll put a disclaimer here in case ladies are listening with their husbands and they might not want to hear this. But I'll tell you this cute story. The way that I taught my boys what a period was, so that they could better understand when they have to face that part of their lives. And then it's not even like, oh, because you have a girlfriend. It's literally because now you're in middle school and you never know. Like, you might see a girl who may have bled through, or, you know, and I gave them the talk of, like, if you see it, don't freak out. Don't join in if people are talking shit or laughing or whatever.
Yeah.
Just, you know, take off your jacket or tell her discreetly to cover her, you know, and go to the nurse's office or something. Or like, hey, you know, I see that you've... Okay, kick the dogs out. So anyways, yeah, you know, just in case you have to discreetly tell a girl, like, hey, you know, I see that you might have started your period, like, you might want to get to the nurse's office, or let me help you cover up, or something like that. Like, just to be a gentleman about it and not be like a jerk, or, you know, I don't want to see any girl have to go through that. Like I said, I've been there, done that. Yeah. That's how I found out that I got a period, and it was not the funnest day in my life. So I definitely just wanted to, like, prep them for if they encounter it. Also, you know, when I was getting my period, I was taking them to the aisle with me and letting them know, like, the difference between this or that, in case I need your help, you know, but go get this for me, like, whatever. You're gonna have to run out and buy it for your wife one day, or you might have a daughter one day, or whatever. So the when I believe it was when Renzo hit his sex ed class. So mind you, they're 5 years apart. So say he went in, like, was it sixth grade?
I think. Yeah.
So Isaac was, like, in first grade. Okay, so they're pretty young at this point. And I didn't like the way that it was taught. It was never a fan of the way that they came. When I was like, hey, so would you learn? You know, I signed the permission slip. I was fine. You can go. No problem. But when he came back and he told me how they taught him or what they taught him, I was like, what the fuck? Like, no, put me in the classroom. Like, I will go teach it. I was not happy with it. So I ended up telling the kids that, like, every month, a woman's body will always try to make a baby. They build up this whole beautiful little room, nicely padded and soft for the egg to land, and you know, and then they wait. And if there is no baby, if the girl doesn't have sex, or they're on birth control and whatever, and the egg is not fertilized, then the room gets, like, really pissed off. Yeah. The uterus gets really pissed off and it tears down all the walls and then it bleeds. They're, like, pissed off that they didn't have a baby. And they laughed. They thought it was hilarious. It was visually funny. And then they realized, like, oh, okay, so that's the lining of the uterus, and then the bleeding is the shedding of the blood, or like the lining of the uterus. And it stuck. And so I was like, okay, I've done something. Yeah. Like, check mark, that's worked. When Isaac got to sex ed, I was like, here we go again. It better have been done differently this time. Like, I hope that, I don't know, they brought the proper nurse in or whatever. So he brings me home in the permission slip and he's like, Mom, it's my, like, they want me to have you sign this. Like, we're going to talk about our bodies and, in sex ed. And I made a joke and I was like, signing the permission slip, and I was like, oh my God, like, put me in there. I'll teach the damn class. This boy takes the permission slip back to his teacher and says, my mom says she wants to teach the class. The teacher says, oh, is your mom a nurse? He said, yes. She works at a hospital.
You know, my kids think I was a nurse for a long time, too, because I wear scrubs and I work at a hospital.
This teacher calls me and is like, Isaac says that you'd like to come in and volunteer to teach a portion of the sex ed class. And I was like, oh my God, I was kidding. I did not mean, like, why do you need help?
Yeah. You're like, if you do, I can be a nurse. So if you need me to be, I will be.
Do you need me to show credentials? Because if not, I'm down. Like, I was freaking dead. Later on that year, I have to meet this teacher for 6th grade camp.
Oh, gosh.
Well, I finally actually got to chaperone. But, like, it was just, I was dead. And then I had realized, this child doesn't know what I do for a living. Yeah. Anyways,
she's like, Mom brings money home. We have food and a house.
Scrubs.
She wears scrubs.
I visit her at the hospital. He doesn't even know. Apparently, all that exists is doctors and nurses. So I just thought that was funny. So if you ever need a way to describe to the boys what a period is,
I'll send it to Thea Espy.
I should write up a whole cartoon and have it published.
Cartoon book, yeah.
I don't know. I think it's important for more than just teaching our daughters. Yes. I think that boys need some awareness to the situation, to have sympathy, and to be able to help instead of hurt or harm.
Yeah. All right, since we're on the story about bodies and periods, let's get into, are you a wax or shave?
Are we talking vaginas?
Vaginas, full bodies, whatever.
Since we're on the topic of vaginas.
I do Brazil. I think it's best for me. I also wax my nose, my underarms, my little lip right here. Yeah, I'm all for the waxing. Eyebrows.
You're like, nose down, take it off.
Yeah, literally. There should be there's no hair. If I could afford laser hair removal, I probably would have.
I agree. I wish that I can afford the laser hair removal. I can't. I shave. Mm-hmm. I was into the wax. It's a lot of maintenance, and I don't like the in between growth. Like when I start to feel like a stubble, I need it gone immediately.
Yeah,
I got a real bad thing with hair. I hate hair.
Remember that girl the waxer that gave you the rock? Do you still have the rock?
Oh, yes.
Like her.
Yeah, right before the wedding, I started having a whole ass, like, friendship with the wax esthetician.
They're your friend.
Yeah, God, there's no secrets there.
There's no secrets there. They've seen it all.
Yeah, she gave me this, like, what did she call it? It was, like a well-intentioned stone. And she basically wished us the best for our marriage. Mm-hmm. And I was like, I'm gonna wear it at my wedding. Yeah. I thought that was really sweet. And yeah, I mean, literally the girls who do your nails, the girls who do your hair, the girls who do your wax, like, those are your mini therapists. There's nothing that's off limits.
Yeah.
I remember the first time that I went to go see her, and I got the Brazilian, I got my underarms, and she noticed the scars on the side of my and I was fresh from my reconstruction.
Oh yeah.
And so she was like, "Oh my God, like, what is this?" And I was like, "Oh, I've had multiple surgeries this last year and stuff." And she was just like, "Are you okay? Like, am I gonna hurt you? You know, I'll be as gentle as possible, blah, blah, blah." I'm like, "Well, what did you have surgery on?" Like, immediately they just jump into it.
No filters. You can't have one.
No. And so she was just like, "These aren't real?" I'm like, "No, they're not." It turned into, like, remember on The Sweetest Thing?
Oh, yeah.
And she's in the restroom and all the girls are, like, touching on it. Yeah. She's, like, calling people in, like, "You gotta feel these feel great."
Yeah.
They're so real. Yeah, totally nothing's off guard. I wish that I could keep up on the waxing thing. I probably would if I didn't have such, like, a pet peeve of hair, even stubble. Yeah. Like, I don't think that I could make it every 2 weeks. Is it every 2 weeks?
It just depends.
It did thin out my hair.
It thins out, and then once you get to a point where it's thinned out so much, you can go longer because it takes longer to come back.
Okay.
I like the fact like my armpits, I can go a little bit longer. I also like that it helps lighten your underarms because, you know, that. Were you, on this subject, were you raised to shave above your knee? Or no? Because my family, we were always taught you can shave your legs up to your knee, nothing past.
Why?
Because then it grows thicker.
What?
So, like, I've never shaved between my, like, hip and knee.
The whole upper thigh.
The whole upper thigh. And I don't have hair there. It's, you know, and if I do, it's like fuzz. Mm-hmm. But, so I try, like, telling Emma, like, eventually, she barely has nibble hairs on her legs. But I'm like, if you're ever going to shave, if you're at your dad's and, you know, you do it with Tiffany, promise Mommy you'll never shave above your knee.
Wait, are you okay with that?
I'm not, but I want that in her mind to know. Just I don't care. I want her to know, do not shave above your knee. I don't care what anyone tells you. Do not shave above your knee. And I think she knows that now, because I just don't want her to have to. Once you shave past it, you're always gonna have to shave. It's gonna get thicker, and
I did not know that. I don't know. I've always shaved all the way up. I don't know. Couldn't tell you if I noticed a difference or not. I think that in my late 30s now, I feel like my leg hair pretty much almost doesn't grow anymore. I can go like every 2 days or so without shaving. I don't need to shave every day. But like my underarm hair, holy Jesus. Like I need to learn how to wax myself because, like I said, I don't think I can make it like 2 to 3 weeks. I'd probably be having to go like, if not every 2 to 3 days. Like, my hair grows back so fast and so coarse. And so I was thinking while you were saying that the women in your family, they have fair skinned and really light hair. Because I come from really dark, thick, like, hair.
Yeah.
So when it grows back, you can absolutely see it.
Yeah. No, I can go almost, like, months before shaving my...
Well, fuck you.
Like, I'm looking right now, I'm like, I think I did it, like, for Mother's Day weekend.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Like, literally,
It looks perfect.
Yeah,
I cannot. By the end of the day, you can tell I need to shave my underarms again. Like, the mustache is...
You would think because your hormones
daily.
aren't as, like...
No, because I'm on hormone therapy, I feel like it's only gotten...
gorilla.
Only gotten worse.
Gorilla.
Yeah.
It's probably the hormone.
I mean, I think it was always bad. I know that I've always had really dark hair. When I did start using that loom, I feel like my skin got lighter. So that's been really nice. But, no, the hair just ridiculous. One day I'll be able to afford it.
Yeah. I don't care. I will go broke as long as I get my wax.
I'll just be with my razors.
You want my first child? You got it. Just kidding. My waxer lady has like 4 kids her own. Twins, actually. She's not gonna take my first child.
No, that's like dedication though. I would. I totally would. I just feel like it's too much maintenance for me.
And she's on the other side of town too.
That's commitment.
And I followed her. But it's weird. I have 2 wax ladies.
You can plug whoever you'd like if you like.
Well, I have Crystal Cosmo, which she's my Brazilian. She does my Brazilian. I've been going to her for years. And then I go to Bounce Beauty, Jessica, that does my my facials. So she does like my brows, my lip, my nose, you know. And she's down the street from my house.
Yeah.
So when I need those, I feel like I get those more, like my armpits and that stuff. More often than I have to do the Brazilian because I've been doing it for so many years.
Yeah. I think, like, since puberty, I was instantly like, ew, hair. And I just immediately had to get rid of it. I ended up getting caught shaving my legs, and I got in a lot of trouble for it. And then I was at my dad's house, and then he sent my sister and was like, teach her how to do it right. If she's going to do it anyways, like, there's something we could do about it. And then so I got, because, I fucked up. I tried to be sneaky, and because I was insistent. I didn't want to be the only girl. I think it was around like 5th or 6th grade. And I felt like I was so hairy compared to everybody else. I was shaving my arms, my legs, trying to, stay youthful. Yeah. Because nobody else around me had that. And I shaved my arms all the way, probably, I think until I started dating Jesse.
I've never had to shave my arms.
Lucky.
Yeah, I never had to shave my arms.
But you know what? Look now. You'd think that it would grow back, like, super dark. And it kind of just stopped growing. But I wish my legs would do that now. And everything else. Yeah.
I don't have that problem with that. But...
how does it feel to be God's favorite?
But, no, yeah. I definitely feel like the waxing and shaving is, like, a good thing.
What would you do if Daniel told you, I'm tired of it. Leave it alone. Let it go. I want wild.
Honestly, I would be like, well, then you better, like, manscape it.
Like reverse? Or, like you? To do, like, for you?
Yeah.
Help you trim?
Like, you better trim it. Like, I can't have...
You would go through with it?
Like...
You'd grow it out?
Not, like, full bush, but, like, a light...
No, like, I don't know if that's grounds for a divorce.
Oh my gosh.
Me and hair, we don't fuck with each other. Like, that's my worst enemy.
No, like, he can't have any hair. I wouldn't like that.
Lord, Jess.
You brought it in. You brought it up.
I was asking about you.
How do you feel about a manscape?
I was asking about you. It's gonna kill you.
You gotta have manscape. I mean, I'm not saying it has to be like a freaking baby's bottom.
Please don't be a baby's bottom.
But, you know.
That's, no. That's not manly. It can't, no.
But okay, so you're saying you don't want hair on you, but you're okay to touch hair.
I'm not talking about like a full-on afro bush.
Well, that's what you're sounding like.
No.
You're like, baby, grow a beard down there.
Not a full-on. No. Not a ball beard. No, just not baby smooth. No.
Baby smooth body. Got it.
No. At least look like a man, please. Not a Ken doll. That'd be great. But I don't, that's a deal breaker for me. I just can't. I don't even like when the hair falls out of, like, on me, like, as I'm washing my head on the hair on my head.
Oh, yeah.
I guess it's falling. I don't like the way it feels on my skin. I freak out over hair.
Yeah.
I don't know where it came from. I need therapy. But me and hair don't fuck with each other.
Back to the waxing. I remember my first wax when my aunt and I went to this Asian salon. And then I was like, no, never again.
What did you have waxed at the Asian salon? You went full Brazilian at Asian salon.
Bikini, actually. I think we just did bikini.
Okay, I was
because it wasn't, it was not the right wax. My aunt and I were like, what are we doing?
Yeah.
And that's when I went to like European wax after that. And I think,
I feel like some things have to be professional.
Yeah. Well, we didn't know. It was our first time. I wasn't even like an adult yet, I think. I was like...
Don't get the kitty waxed while people are getting their nails done next door and soaking their feet.
They do everything there. No. It was on the list.
No.
All one shop. We got a pedicure, our nails done, and a wax. But I remember, too, going to European wax. Uh-huh. And at this time, my mom, Jamie... So I'm an adult now. Okay. And her friends never done it. And they're like, you know, like, oh, yeah, we should go. Or I think Jamie had. But she said she didn't like it because the lady she used to go to used to make her get on all fours.
Oh, gosh.
And I was telling her and her friends, like, oh, no, like, European wax, they never have me do that. Like, you just lay there, pull your legs up, whatever. Mm-hmm. So we all go, like, me, her, and her two friends. And we all book our waxes. Mm-hmm. We all go and get them. We all come out one by one, you know, whatever. They were a little nervous. We walk out of European wax, and I was like, you said they were going to make me go off.
They did.
Her and her friend.
But why?
But they were heavier.
Okay.
So I had to give us more to get better access. But I was like, I'm so sorry. They don't make me do that. And she was like, well, look at you and look at me. But it was just like funny because I was telling them like, yeah, they don't make you do that there. Yeah. But I didn't know it was a like access point situation.
If your waxers want to come on, I want the worst stories.
Ooh, yeah.
Ever. I want to know all the worst clientele. No names.
No names.
But what are some of the worst stories? Horror stories. I'm
sure they have to have some.
I need them.
You know, because even when I feel like if I'm like, ooh, this is bad, they're like, oh, no. Like, yeah. This is nothing. But I'm like, are you just being nice? Huh.
Oh, man. Yeah, I definitely need to know. Ladies, it's a call out.
We'll be hitting you guys up soon.
So those of you who have made it this far on episode 10 of all of this bullshit, we do have some interesting things coming up pretty soon. I'd also try to, maybe we can make like a poll or something we could post on Instagram. But we are looking to go more visually pleasing. Yeah. Would you guys be interested in watching our podcast as well as listening to it? Or do you prefer one over the other? Or which way would be more convenient, I guess? Yes. Because we can definitely get out some more content that would be more visuals. We're recording our podcast. in-persons kind of thing. Also, if there's anything else that you guys, like topic-wise, want to hear, questions, comments, concerns, drop it in the suggestion box. We do provide our email. And if you guys have anything that you want us to talk about, or if you need any advice, funny stories you want us to read, or get our opinion on something,
or any like reels or TikToks or anything,
like, did you see this? Did you hear about this?
Send it to us.
We want to talk about it. Like, we can keep talking all damn day every day, but we definitely want to make sure that you guys are getting what you want out of us as well.
She doesn't let me talk now unless I have a mic.
Wait, save that. All right, well, let's wrap it up.
Until next week, guys.
See ya.
Bye. Thanks for listening to another hour of our bullshit.
Make sure you follow us on all of our socials at bfil.podcast.
You can catch us every week on Spotify and Apple Podcasts.
Bye, besties.